I see you. I don't want you to know I see you. Josh, need to get up here. Are we on the clock for FAMU 20? Is it? Okay. So us going up and down like this on the hot spot doesn't really affect what's going on with FAMU 20, or does it? Okay, because I know there's always some discussion on us starting on our time. It clicks on. And then, so I start on that clock, Matt, or what's my cue to start? Okay, welcome everybody. We're here at INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're here with Chiles Timberwolves taking on the favorite Lincoln High School, and I'm here with Joshua Lauder from Germany, all the way from Germany. He came over in a special flight to help us out today. Thank you, Joshua. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. We have to turn his mic up. We're getting ready to go for a kickoff. What's your anticipation for this game today?
Well, I anticipate that it will be a tightly contested first half, a lot of physical play on both sides of the field, and at the end of the day, the true champion will come out at this team of this game.
The true champion. Okay. We had Joshua with us. He was a sideline reporter with us last year, especially during basketball season. All through this telecast, we got School of Journalism students here. We got Matt Bell manning the camera in the place of Jay Quad Media. We got Victoria Goodson, all the way from Fort Lauderdale. Then we got Chris Johnson from Ohio. Boy, we got students from all over the country, all over the nation in here on this broadcast today. We're excited and glad that they're able to be here to assist us and that we can allow them some live experience. All right, this is about 10 degrees cooler than last time when we were here. We had heavy rains earlier in this afternoon here in Tallahassee, Florida. Oh, that looked like a fake out. They got ready to go kick it. And the ref blew his whistle, said fake. We tried again. Down here at the 42-yard line, we got Quinn Gray, former quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, outstanding quarterback at Florida A&M University, was also a collegiate coach at Florida A&M University. He's done real good in allowing and leading Lincoln High School to the type of legendary status that they have known over the years. Got a good crowd here on the Lincoln High School side. Looks like the ref is, he did everything but stick a finger up to see what direction the wind was coming from.
Oh, yes.
What's the holdup? You have any idea there, Josh?
It could be a slightly wind, and then also probably the time.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to getting some of that expert analysis from your playing days.
Yes, sir.
What position you played?
I played running back, linebacker, and safety. And also kick returner.
Now you got to be an exciting player to return kicks.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that was you, huh?
Yes, sir. Just, the first couple of years just on the varsity trying to get playing time, but then after a while, when the seniors and the juniors, they move up, then you actually get into your actual skill position.
Okay. First couple years on the varsity. That mean you on the varsity for a few years?
Yes, sir, 3 years.
Oh, okay. They don't move the sophomores up unless they could play now.
Yes, sir.
That was in Germany?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they didn't have nobody over there playing football.
I made the team as a sophomore on the varsity team as a sophomore. But my first year was JV, and then I got the call towards the end of the season to come up to help the varsity team prepare for the playoffs.
Okay. We had that opening kickoff that got down in the end zone. I actually was a little concerned because I thought he might have walked over that end line before it being down, but it's all good right now. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And Chris Warren at quarterback there. We had him earlier in the year, boy. He went 60 yards for a touchdown. Nobody even knew he had the ball. Little flare. Nice stiff arm. It's not often you see somebody stiff arm the defender and everybody in the stands say, oh.
Yes, sir. That's textbook.
Okay. Is it a drill the coaches implement to have them work on that?
Yes, sir. They have the dummy where they hold up, and you go through and you have to place your arm strategically on that pad.
Okay. A 7-yard pickup, 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. A lot of siren action going on. That read option. He's in the section. He might go.
Finds a seam.
I thought that might have been a late hit.
Beautiful cutback and the way to cut and get up the field.
That Chiles defense is going to have to do a little better than that, or it's going to be a long night for them.
Test.
Man, Chris Pendleton, senior, 5'10". He has got 2 carries for about 40 yards already. He looks like the bell cow that they're looking for this one today. He ripped one off earlier for about 45 yards. You got Quinn, the referee talking to Quinn Gray down here. Whatever it is, Quinn doesn't seem like he understands or agrees with whatever he's being told. But he's backing up, and then he's looking for assistance from the clock manager here. Quinn puts the headset back on. Right up the middle there.
Excellent job of following your blockers and taking what you can get.
Yeah, he's in a position now. Did he get first down out of he's off where they mark it. Okay, he's close. So third down. Lincoln's a little patient right now, but Lincoln has the ability to strike quick. Lincoln has the ability to strike real quick. Oh, he's gonna get. Oh, did you see him reach for the flag?
Yes, sir.
He reached for it and started to throw it, and put his hand back down. Running the pistol that time with Sage Ennis, 6'4", 215 at quarterback. That's a junior there.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, it's a big boy there.
I expect him to run behind his pads in this first quarter and send a message.
And they've moved him out to wide receiver now. He turned that corner relatively easy with 2 blockers in front of him. Nice hit downfield, but that tackle has to come 5 yards earlier.
Yes, sir. You can't wait for it. You got to go meet him in the hole.
Got to go meet him. You got a 2nd down and 5. Lincoln, the Trojans, all positive plays so far. They ran at a lot. We had them earlier.
Oh, he fumbles.
They were fortunate to get that one back. That would have been a big turnover early in the game.
Oh, yes.
Another first down.
But a great job of him having the ball near the out of bounds side and having on the right ball side.
Lincoln very methodical in this opening drive. Very methodical. That might have been a busted play. He sidestepped 2 people. Chiles tackles with a quickness. When they get there, they get that first hit. They come and that 2nd and 3rd person get to you relatively quick there. And when they come, the first person wraps you up, but after that, they're trying to deliver a blow. If you notice them, they also attack that ball when they hit you. When the 2nd and 3rd man, they're hitting the ball. They got a flag down. some discussion. We'll be right back. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. And they're back 5, 10, 10-yard penalty right on the 10. So it's possible to get a first down without a touchdown. I don't think it's going to be that close either way, but it's stands starting to fill up a little bit on the Lincoln High side. Chris in the shotgun, in motion. Yeah, that first hit by Chiles now is the question, because the first hit, that initial contact is barely slowing them down.
Chiles must do a better job of game tackling as well, wrapping up, not allowing him to get extra yards.
Yeah, that first tackler has to tackle. It took the first 2 hits, didn't even slow him down. They're running with mean intentions.
Oh, yes. Way to keep his feet moving, looking down the field, protecting, great job protecting the ball.
We got 2nd down and 3. Running that read option, and they're giving it to that running back right off the rip. That's just straight up the middle. That hole got closed on him because it was a pretty sizable hole that he was running through right there.
Well, yes, great job by the nose tackle.
Yeah, going on the field now, they put the nose guard and defensive end in there. Charles Blake, 5'10", 330.
Ooh.
You want to guess who they're going to run behind? 3rd and 1. Oh, he got hit. I don't think he made that. And they didn't run behind my boy. They didn't run behind Charles.
You got to run in the red zone situation. You have to run behind your blockers.
Yeah, exactly. Lincoln's confident. They're not hesitating at all. They got bigger up top. Scored relatively easy. That time they went behind Big 95, and there was nobody on that side of the offensive line when they went behind Charles that time.
Great job by Enos to run up the middle.
Lincoln didn't want to be able to give Chiles any sense of momentum in terms of being able to stop them. They wanted to go on and hit them in the mouth, and that's what they did when they scored on that 1-yard plunge. Great handle, because that was a bad snap. Had to reach up and be able to get it and put it down in time.
Yes, sir.
7-0, Lincoln Trojans up on Chiles T-Wolves. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and an INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back for this kickoff. Now we got Coach Quinn Gray, all dapper on the sideline, always color coordinated. White hat matching the white stripe underneath the green tennis shoes, and the green tennis shoes matching the green on his t-shirt with the long sleeve hooded gold and the gold pants. Even when you look at his offense play calls on his sideline, they're color coordinated between gold and green. Walking the sideline confidently. That Lincoln High band bringing that energy, and the students over here to the right filling up about a third of the stands. They haven't sat down yet. Short kickoff. He turned that corner though. Nice stick.
Nice return.
That was pretty much all on his own there, because he actually found the seam, ran past 5 Lincoln defenders. He got hit. The man ran in and made a hit on him with his whole team there. Nobody laid a block on anybody. That was a good return.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Chiles is, Lincoln's standing here on the sideline. All together as one. They look like they're a team waiting to eat.
I can tell they've certainly been in the weight room throughout the winter months and also the spring months. And their play is reflecting and showing with the couple games that they had this season.
Have you seen them earlier?
I saw them at the spring jamboree.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Chiles side is a little quiet right now. They have a few fans over there, but Lincoln is traditionally a powerhouse that has been returned to glory since Coach Quinn Gray has come back and halfway through his second season. Let's see what happens on the defensive side, which starts off with a penalty. And you could hear the, 5 yards against Lincoln. Makes his opening drive 5 yards closer. Is now first down and 5 in the shotgun. Throws it over the top. Nice pitch and catch. Chiles on the other end was a little confidence in that play. That's a confidence builder.
Yes, sir. That's the one thing about Chiles that I have noticed. When I saw them play Gabi, it didn't matter what Gabi did. Chiles would always find a way to come back and try to even up the score. It's a resilient team.
Okay. Inside Lincoln at the 44. First down. Little room on that offensive line. A little bit he squeezed through there. Looked like a gain of about 2 or 3. Chiles' offensive line does not, a little short, but a little size to him. Why would the offensive lineman be looking at their wrist on the play, Coach?
Well, the offensive lineman, usually the center, he has a different wrist coach than from everybody else. It's usually given to him by his positional coach.
Okay. Off tackle there, 3-yard gain.
But it's also important for the linemen to know different audibles and hurry-up offenses in case they are in that situation. Different schemes as well.
Okay. Garrett Green looking, got one in motion. And look at holding there. It's not often you see a lineman following a defensive lineman and just grab it going by. Yeah, 4th down. They're going to have to sustain drives a little bit better if they're going to stay in this game. They can't get the ball back to Lincoln too quick. Oh, great kick. And he almost knocked it into the end zone. It's the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back to see Lincoln with their second offensive drive. Pin down there on side the 4. Let's see what they do. He turns that corner. He might go for a little ways. See that?
Still going, just as I expected them to run the ball out of the end zone.
And that's what they did. A lot of times what you see already with Chiles is they're trying to deliver a hit without making a tackle.
Yes, sir.
You know, they're not wrapping them up. And you cannot hit these Lincoln running backs and think that's going to put them down.
Yes, sir.
The first hit is rarely bringing Lincoln to the ground. Beard looking long, wide open.
Great catch.
Great catch. About a 22-yard gain. Lincoln gets the ball out. They're out at the 42. In 2 plays. In 2 plays.
Great screen.
Yeah, ran
He's
right
moving.
by.
Great cut. High stepping in the end zone, touchdown.
Touchdown.
Trojans.
I see a flag on the field back at the 48. Coach Gray doesn't like that. He's out on the field. Tyree Paramore, a junior. That one's coming back. The first drive for Lincoln was all runs. This second one, each play has been in the air.
And I believe that first drive, they wanted to establish their running game, send a message.
They sent it too, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
They brought that one all the way back to the line of scrimmage. They're back at the 42. Did you see what the call was?
No, sir, I didn't. I believe.
I don't know what that was. Do-over. That first hit that never brings them down. That first hit that has yet to tackle a Lincoln back or receiver.
And Beard is very shifty as well. I like about Beard, he keeps his eyes down the field and finds the seam.
He's a little magician with the ball.
Indeed.
Can he play at the next level?
I believe he can.
Hey?
I believe he can, but first he must make sure his grades are on point.
Good
School comes first. You're a student athlete, not an athlete student.
Good point. Good point. Coach Gray is doing a lot of substituting, and he's putting in different packages based on who he has running at quarterback. It's got to be very difficult to scout him. Lincoln and Godby late in the year, boy, that's going to be a doozy. We'll have it for you. Some of them, you know, that second and third tackler is doing okay, but they can't get that first tackler to wrap him up. As we continue in this process tonight, we will notice with 1:30 left in the first quarter that first tackle isn't a tackle, it's a hit. He's looking deep. He's not going to catch him turning the corner. He strung it out a little bit. He had 2 receivers out. One of them had broke open, but he got recovered in that defensive backfield by Chiles and took the pass away. So rather than chance it, Chris kept it, scampered out of bounds.
Took what he could get.
And this
intelligent decision.
Intelligent decision. This 4th down. What do you think they're going to do there? They're going to take a timeout right now. We're going to take one, too. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We got Matt Bell running stuff up here. We're going to go. We'll be right back. Oh, and they're back. They got okay. came to the sideline, called a play. Time was running down as they went back on the field to punt.
Indeed, they came out in the punt formation.
I think Quinn might have had something up his sleeve. Because he was in the huddle at first when he called a play. This time, he walked away and walked to the sideline. You got to watch Quinn. He was a sneaky quarterback. He called a lot of the plays when he was at Florida A&M, and actually did a real good job when he was doing that. Led us to, I think he was in the semifinals in the 1AA playoffs. I think it was Youngstown State. Chiles better keep their eyes open, because if they try it and it doesn't work, Chiles has yet to show they can really move the ball down the field. So it might be a gamble worth taking here. 1:11 left in the first quarter. The element of surprise. There we go. We call that.
Indeed.
And got a first down.
Element of surprise.
And got the first down. That was just too obvious with Quinn talking to the line and then talking to the unit and then leaving. First down. And there's times that you really want to exert your will over your opponent. And Lincoln obviously wants to do that to Chiles with a 2-3 record. They want to let them know that, yeah, we know that you played Godby fairly close earlier in the season, but we ain't no Godby. Drive still going. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Missed it.
A little bit out in front of him.
They put a little bit of pressure on him. They hit Chris that time. He hadn't been hit much, especially in pass formation. Coach Gray not happy about that. He's 5 yards onto the field, barking his dislike with how that execution was. Knuckles in the turf. Nobody else.
Great handoff. Way to cut up field. Way to get in there.
He sure did. He sure did. When he turned that corner, that was already made for him right there. Looks like about a 25-yard scamper there, untouched. Marcos Garcia, a 5'8" junior. He'd have scored on that if it was flag football. Lincoln Trojans, they're already barking that out. Much better snap. He almost kicked that one over to Bojangles' booth. He got a 14-0 lead. Lincoln Trojans up. 52 seconds left. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week will be back for the second kickoff for Leon High School. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, and we're back. Lindy's Fried Chicken, Crawfordville Lindy's. Got that good old-fashioned hot chicken, H-A-W-T. Hot. You don't have to go to Nashville. You just go down the hill to Crawfordville. You'll enjoy it. Tell them Coach Clayton sent you. Tell them you want the Mickey Clayton special. We had an interesting kickoff return last time with nobody from Chiles blocking. He breaks through the hole again. He gets
flag.
What did it look like, a late hit or a block in the back?
It looks like a late hit. Very well could be a late hit. I'd
hate to see somebody block for him. Usually, they say you have to make the first defender miss.
Yes,
he
sir.
makes the first wave miss.
Yes, sir.
Against Chiles, you can't back yourself up, though. If you're not going to block, then get out the way then. I mean, the only block you make is one in the back.
And really, you don't really have to block in the back. You miss the block, just stand there. Set an air screen.
It's an air screen. This is an important drive for Chiles. They can't give the ball back to Lincoln too quick. Missed him. He had him. That was a good play call there. Execution was not good, but it was a good play call. Lincoln was concerned about this wide receiver running wide open at the 50, crossing the 45, because he was open going down the field.
And he did a great job of selling that fake as well.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Too many incomplete passes with 40 seconds left. You get that ball back to him too soon. Nice run. Nice run.
Perrymon.
Was that about a 15-yard gain there? Chiles needs a couple more of those. A lot of sophomores and juniors on this Chiles football team.
Very young team.
Yes,
very young team.
And they're getting a little taste of success. A little taste of success. Doesn't do you any good to be a young team and you go 0-11, 0-10.
But it also comes with success later on down the road, because you know what it's like to lose.
Oh, okay. And he came back and saved his quarterback. He came back and saved his quarterback because he threw that right to Lincoln. The receiver came back and fought for him. That would have been 6.
Yes, sir.
27.67. 27.6 seconds.
And that was a great job by the corner playing in his zone.
One in motion. He's still moving the pile. Looks like he might have ended up gaining about 5 yards.
Green, he's tough.
Well, they almost tiptoed through the hole at first. And then when they hit him, he shifted in the gear, carried him. That's that leg press. And the quarter ends, and we have the Lincoln Trojans up 14 over the Chiles Timberwolves 0. We'll take a break at the end of this first quarter, but INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week will be right back. Special shout out to the School of Journalism, Ernest Jones. We appreciate the School of Journalism. They're represented all over this broadcast and telecast tonight. I'm looking right here to my left. I see 4 current and former School of Journalism students. We couldn't do the broadcast without you. We appreciate you, and we hope that you continue to grow in your career and your chosen professional path. And we got Matt Bell. He was all the way back with us when we take Game Day the movie. I remember him being there. He had a lot more hair then. We had Joshua Lauder, intern with us as a sideline reporter last year. His second year with us. Welcome back, Joshua.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
And this is Mickey Clayton, the coach. Third down and about 4. Oh. And a flag.
Late flag.
Right. He actually was a good call and a good route.
I think it was a little bit of contact before.
Well, Chiles needs every break they can, and on the other hand, Lincoln doesn't need the self-inflicted mistakes. Ooh. That's a big one there. Chiles gets across into Lincoln territory. They're at the 46. A touchdown will go a long way, but they have to continue. They can't die on the vine. That play has been a little successful for him.
Green up the middle.
You were speaking about him in the pregame. He was somebody who you kind of respected his play. What did you like about him?
I like his size, but more so I like his intelligence of the quarterback position. He also, if he knows is a tight coverage on the play, he uses his gifted feet and goes and tries to make plays.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that to us, Josh.
You're welcome.
He might have got one. His quarterback did better than he did. Is that lack of production on the offensive line, or is that outstanding defensive line play for Lincoln?
Which part?
The run, or lack of production on that run.
It's a little bit of both. I would say.
Oh, here comes the blitz. Oh, he ran away from the blitz. Need execution this time.
Whoa.
Great hands.
Great hands.
But great hands, because he took a hit.
Back to your previous question, it's a great production by the offensive line, a great run by Green, following and trusting his man, but it's a lack of pursuit on the defensive line as well.
Okay, thank you. Jalen Herron, he's a sophomore. He caught that one, took a hit. The ball moved just a little, but he came down with it. A lot of youth on this on this Chiles team. They may pose a problem for somebody next year. Triplets to the left. There's the bubble screen.
That's a great game tackle. Great job of coming up and doing your job.
It was. That did not surprise Lincoln at all. That's one of those plays you know they scouted, that they were ready for it. Chiles cannot afford to go backwards at this point. They need a successful drive. They need two things out of it: to eat up the clock, to give their defense a chance to survive from the shell shock that Lincoln's offense is putting on them, and to be able to score. They need to show that they can score.
Green trying to turn the corner.
Yeah, Lincoln strung that one out.
It's a great job by the defensive end.
And there's a flag. Right now, it must be against Chiles, because Quinn is real calm on the sideline. Lincoln's backing up, but they're pointing towards Chiles. Now I see Quinn react a little bit more. I'm just reading the sideline now. So Quinn's asking questions. And the mark-off is against Lincoln. Right now, the referee's flag is the biggest thing that's helping the Chiles offense. And those flags are big hunks. They're 15 yards at a time.
Right.
So we have at least 30 yards that they've gained on this offensive drive, on this drive that have been due to calls against Lincoln.
And Lincoln has to do a better job of playing fundamentally.
Did you pick up what the call was? All right, we got a timeout here by Chiles and INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back to you, see what happens. Yeah, he usually does, but and we're back. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Chiles, they know how important this drive is. This first down drive, ball's on the 15.
Hopefully Chiles didn't slow down their momentum that they had going for this drive by taking that timeout.
Ooh, speed, turn that corner that time. That's a big first down play for them.
Great job of hitting the 7-hole and getting upfield.
They haven't lost momentum yet. That's second and 1. Lincoln digging in a little bit. Chiles, let's see what you have. Oh, he slipped and stumbled.
It's a great job of keeping your feet.
It really was.
Running back.
It really was. He slipped and came out. Jeff Walker, J-Quad Media, we miss you now on that instant replay. Chiles, T-Wolves, they shortened that gap a little bit. It's 14-6. They're waving players on. Chiles doesn't even know how many supposed to be on the field right now. They're waving them on, waving them off. And the extra point is good. Back over there hitting against the boat. Knock over my chicken biscuits before I get mine. All right. 14-7. There's 8:14 left in the second quarter. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're taking a break. INSiiGHTS would like to thank our underwriters, Crawfordville Lindy's, WM Durham Associates, Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, Woodard Foundation of Miami, Import Authority, Data Set Ready, Cumulus Radio, Lowry Masonry and Construction, Events by B, Studio 13, INSiiGHTS.com. You can go to the internet and see the Jimmy Saul's Leadership Academy that we had at Florida High. Hey, it went really, really good. We got a chance to talk to their student-athlete leadership group. We got excellent ratings on it. But we try to bring in our show and what we do with INSiiGHTS, we try to bring some more education to the students about life and how to handle and deal with certain situations. The Jimmy Saul's Leadership Academy coming next to Godby High School. We're going to return this kick. Oh, he's got a gap there.
Oh. Excellent return.
Oh, and there's a flag.
Oh.
There's a flag. Wasn't that the kicker who knocked him out of bounds?
Yes, sir. Indeed, it was.
You know, that's almost an embarrassment for the return man, for the kicker to take you out. Man, it looks like another major infraction against the Trojans of Lincoln High School.
But it's a great job by the kicker, remembering his basic fundamentals of tackling on the first day of pads.
Oh, okay. We hear that football coach, football player in you come out. You remember the days, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I remember my first impression, first time I saw you doing the sideline report, I said, we got a football player over here coming in all cut and stuff. I told J-Quad Media. I said, well, if we have some trouble somewhere, we got Joshua to help. How will Lincoln respond? Back to that bubble screen. Nice move. Nice move.
If it's not broke, coach, don't fix it.
You're right about that. Lincoln is real calm in running their offense. A lot like their coach. They just don't get flustered. Still want to see them in Godby. We're going to bring that game to you later in the year. One in motion, that left southpaw quarterback. He's wide open there. Great move. Great move. Jalen Herring, sophomore. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong team. That wasn't good. Oh, Kamari Morales. I don't know how I got him mixed up. That's their blue chip recruit going to University of North Carolina.
And they went to him earlier during the game.
They did. They're going to him now.
Yeah.
That's a late hit.
It's a bad job. It's a bad job by the defense not letting up. You definitely, when a team is driving, you definitely don't want to help them by giving them extra yards and not remembering your basic fundamentals of the game.
Now, Kamar's a special athlete. Special athlete. Dad was one-time athletic trainer at Florida A&M University. Now works for the county here doing the same thing. They might not touch him. That was a good open field tackle, and they needed that because he was going to score. Chris Beard, he's a magician with the ball. Earlier in the year, he ran one of those 65 yards, fooled the camera, everybody. Nobody knew that he had the ball till he was at the 40 and the 35 and then 30. He fooled everybody. He's a magician with it. Got an official timeout. Got an official timeout. INSiiGHTS is going to take a timeout too, and we'll be right back. And they start the clock again. What Lincoln runs, they execute well. Initial contact was 5 yards before that. Just kept running.
Great job of turning them legs. Those heel days.
Boy, you got a look on your face like you had a flashback.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh, it showed on your face then. Oh. Now that was a good hit. He wrapped him up and took him down.
Great job of wrapping up.
Just fundamentals. Just fundamentals, that's all.
And that's what wins games down the stretch, is basic fundamentals.
It does. It does. Third and 4. They can actually. What's that? Everybody a little confused now. Well, maybe not everybody. Maybe just us. Game clock is 0-0. What was that? They called a delay of game? I don't know that they reset it. Okay, we have Okay. Looking over the field.
It's a great job by Beard.
And snatch down.
Throwing on the run.
We have on the sideline, we got Vicky Slay over here with one of the cheerleaders, but they're not even facing us, so we can go back to the game. Looks like Coach Gray, he's trying to signal something. And we have a timeout by Lincoln. INSiiGHTS High School, the game of the week. We taking a break. We'll be back. Not now. We in timeout now. And we can't hear. I don't know. Is the mic turned on? Vicky.
We have Hannah. She is a cheerleader for Lincoln High School. Hannah, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great tonight. Very excited to be here.
How does it feel to be a cheerleader for Lincoln High School?
It's a great feeling. It's really energetic to be out here and cheering on Lincoln High School, and I love it.
Great. Thank you so much. Back to you in the booth.
Oh, that looked like it is a fumble.
He fumbled on the play.
That looked like Morales who fumbled in. What? Okay, they're trying to figure that out.
Lincoln recovered. Great job of being in place, recovering that ball.
Chiles is arguing vehemently. They're arguing a lot. They're still arguing it. They haven't put 6 on the board yet. But the extra point kicker is on the field. They're still in discussions about it. And Chiles is upset. At least the team is. Coach is cool and calm over here.
Players are very irate about that.
Yes, they are. And they're getting ready to mark it. Yeah, 20-7, 4:02 left. They got personal foul against Chiles. That's actually the first time I've seen them signal what the call is. They marked half the distance to the goal on the kick. Wow, that was a little interesting. 20-7. Lining up for the extra point, which has been a little bit of an adventure. We've had a high snap and a good snap. Good one there. Kick. And
beautiful
it's good.
Job by the field goal team.
21-7, 4:02 left in the second quarter before you get to halftime. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're back now. Chiles coach is out on the field. And he had both of them out there. I don't know that he's gotten the answer that he wanted. But he's calm about it. He doesn't seem upset. Lincoln extends its lead back to 14, 21-7, 4:02 left. I'd just like to see Chiles' kick team just block a little bit, because their returner is almost just one block away from breaking a good one off.
Find a man that's not has the same jersey as you. Put your hands inside of his numbers. Do your job.
Oh, I hear it. Now Quinn is on the field. And he's fussing. And what I imagine he's arguing about is the play being measured, being assessed on the kickoff. I mean on the extra point, as opposed to the kickoff. Somebody's not giving Quinn the answer he wants, and he's on the field now. He's talked to 1, 2, 3 officials. Where's the? He's not happy.
And I can't blame him. If I didn't understand something, I would want to answer too.
Exactly.
It's important to ask questions.
I knew he was looking for that white hat. He summoned him from the other side of the field. And that's what he's asking about, is how they marked off that penalty on the extra point. And why they're not marking it off now on the kickoff. And they're judiciously walking Quinn back to the sideline. Okay, Chiles has now called their team over to the sideline with their special teams coach, as Lincoln goes on the field to kick off. Well, this has been a long 3 or 4 minutes here between this extra point and the kickoff.
Indeed. Both coaches.
Okay, now Quinn's calling his team over to the sideline. You know, INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, we actually going to take a break right now while they try to figure out this confusion. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And now we're walking back out. Follow our games on WCTV2 for INSiiGHTS Instant Replay Saturdays, 4:30 to 7. Go to INSiiGHTS.com for more information, stories, and pictures. INSiiGHTS.com, INSiiGHTS. 2 eyes in the middle. Studio 13, when you need a place to be, your place is Studio 13 Solutions. And we have the kickoff. Short kick, bounce, picked up at the 15. Tackled at the 25. 3:56 left in the first half. Chiles needs a time-eating drive and a score. Both coaches working the sideline. Quinn particularly is on the field most of the game, leading his troops. I had heavy rain earlier. Dried up to be a gorgeous evening for football.
Beautiful. Beautiful night.
If you hadn't been to Tallahassee, Florida, you need to come and see some football here. Oh, he has a lot of time to throw this one in the double coverage. And
oh,
was that a perfect throw? Was that a perfect throw? You've been talking about Green. You were talking about him before the game started.
Yes, sir.
Missed our instant replay. Boy, that was he dropped that one in the bucket, didn't he?
Right there, right in front of him. Great job by the receiver going to meet the ball as well.
He threw that ball 55 yards, 60 yards. Wow. That's a heck of a throw. It got Lincoln's attention. Everybody on the sideline standing up. That was a heck of a throw. Can they finish this drive off? Green is a gritty little quarterback.
He's a fighter.
Yes, he
He's
is.
definitely a fighter.
Like I said, you identified him in pregame, having seen him earlier. He's trying to lead his team back. When you're playing with a quarterback like that and you're down and he doesn't quit, he can lead a team. He makes a difference. Actually, that's what college coaches look for.
Right. Great game changer. Somebody to be around, especially when you feel defeated by what the other team is doing to you. It's a great guy to be around. As we call it, the emotional leader.
They'll find out if he wants to talk half, or if he doesn't, you try and get him at the end of that coming back. Okay. But you better get down there. No more than 2 questions. No more than 2.
It's 3rd and 2. Green up the middle, taking what he can get. Great job by the offensive line, Chiles' offensive line, clearing up some space for Green.
That's a big time first down. 2-17, 21-7. You have to kind of be impressed with the way that Chiles keeps coming back. I thought they might have been intimidated a little bit going into this game.
Very resilient.
And a
young
flag,
team.
and a flag, and a flag. Wow. It must be against Chiles. You haven't seen the touchdown signal yet, but there's a flag back here at the 8. I see a couple of players from Lincoln yelling at each other. It's not like they broke, I mean, that they're falling apart, but it's just a leadership type of thing that they're telling everybody they got to come on and play, and that's ruled a touchdown. That was an effort run because he carried him 7 yards into the end zone. Chiles making it a game, 21-13, getting ready to try for the extra point. They are in this fight.
Indeed, and you know, I saw Chiles put together a similar drive versus Gabi at the beginning of the season, right before the half, tying up the game. They're very good and methodical at putting together those drives before the half.
And that extra point is good. You got 21-14. You got 1:46 left in the half. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back for the kickoff. You going and get you some of those wings. I know you went to Crawfordville Lindy's. I could smell the heat on those wings. Yeah. And they're back. Second half kickoff. Is that enough time for Lincoln to come back and score? 1:46?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it
It'll be
is.
a no-huddle 2-minute. It should be a no-huddle 2-minute offense.
Your Chiles on the sideline. What are you thinking now?
I'm thinking I have to play great Great defense, fundamentally. We have the momentum right now. We're going to receive the ball, so I want to keep Lincoln out of the end zone.
And if you're on Lincoln's side, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I need to get over the 50-yard line, at least try to get a touchdown, if not a field goal. But I'll take what I can have.
They're giving him so much cushion. Oh! But you knew that hit was coming. I was just thinking he needs to get down. We said that first one, you know, they weren't wrapping up real good, but that second and third hit, they were coming with mean intentions.
I think I saw a little bit of smoke come from that side.
Oh, he said some smoke. And the yell came from the Lincoln side when he got hit. You could hear them, whoa, he got hit then, boy. Going deep, open there.
Great job by Beard getting it downfield.
And a flag. This time on Chiles. Pulled his helmet off when he tackled him. And Quinn Gray went on the field and got his player, and he's on him. The game was, I mean, after that last touchdown by Chiles, they started talking a little junk then.
Oh, it's going to be some chippiness.
We were talking about the fact they scored, and there was a lot of time on that clock. If Lincoln was going to be able to come back, they've had 2 big plays. They're already inside the 30. Oh, we got a football game now. Matt Bell said remind him when he was playing wide receiver. He got too much time back there. Nobody opened that time, and his offensive line gave him plenty of time.
It's a great job by the line.
Triplets to the right. That bubble screen. Made the tackle that time. Chiles getting a little fired up. Morales over there on the bubble screen. They finally made an adjustment.
And that's what this game's about, making adjustments. Especially in the tight, closely contested games.
It's that chess match. It's not all physical. There's a lot of mental in this game, and try to figure out what someone's doing, try to find the weakness and be able to utilize it to your team's advantage, create matchups. It's a thinking man's game.
Indeed.
Look at Chiles' coach, defensive coach out there. Boy, he is firing them up. I remember I had a daughter ask me one time when she was first exposed to sports, Daddy, how come we don't have the emotion when we play like the football team? I said, you play 2-3 times a week. You'll be an emotional wreck. Missed him that time. The whole stadium was holding their breath like they were anticipating a big play.
Right. Because they knew when Beard gets that ball in his hand, it's a game-changing moment.
You got 4th down now. 35 seconds, 34.7 left. How big would it be for Chiles to hold Lincoln?
It would be very big for them going into the second half, knowing that they received the ball. They're going to receive the ball.
Yeah, but they have to get to that point.
Oh.
Did he get to the first down? Where they mark it. Where they mark it. Looks like they're calling for a measurement. Big measurement. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that Lincoln's going to go for it if it's fourth down. No doubt.
It looks like the refs are calling them to go measure.
Oh, yeah. And quickly, the offense is coming over, lets you know again that they're going to call a play. First down.
First down. Beard, like you said, he's a magician. He's going to use your own aggression against you. And he did, because the end came up, heavy blitz, and the linebacker also came up as well. Nobody stayed home and sacrificed for each other.
What do you see now, Josh?
Well, they're in single coverage. A lot of man on man, one-on-one.
A lot of their routes are underneath.
So they're playing kind of in a prevent defense.
So why did he spike the ball? Second down.
He's going right there to the
wide
corner.
open. Wide open. Tamara Morales. They went to the big money players. Isolated him on one side. He should have a excellent future playing on Saturday. Big play. 27-14, 18 and a half left.
It's a great job of motioning the wide receiver to go across, drawing the rest of the defense naturally to him. A great one-on-one coverage. Morales goes up and makes the catch.
And the extra point is good. That momentum touchdown that Chiles had, Lincoln came right back down with 1:26 left and actually scored in 1:08. They had two big plays to start the drive to give them the momentum and let them know that they could move the ball, which you called before the drive and said that they had the ability to make those big plays. Did that take some of the wind out of Chiles?
It could, but knowing Chiles and watching Chiles play, they got one more fight in them.
Okay. And they get the ball to start the second half. Chiles is trying to show that they're legit. I think they've kind of shown that. They just have to be able to show the ability to be able to hang in there a little bit. They have to be able to play 4 quarters. Especially when they play the Lincolns and Gobbies of the area in the district. A squib kick. He had one more man to beat. He had one more man to beat. So where is he now? The ball is marked at the 41. Do they take a knee, run out the rest of the quarter?
I'd probably try to get one shot, try to go one shot down. Down the field.
Okay, they have 2 timeouts left. Number 51 arriving late for Lincoln.
Green.
Oh, and he gets out of bounds.
His educated feet.
Defensive coordinator from Lincoln's telling his defensive secondary to back up, put his safeties deep. They'll give you that. They'll give you that 10, 15 yards. Took 10 seconds off the clock.
Too much time.
Too much time.
Too much time.
But you called it. You said they had a little grit. They weren't going to give up, and they haven't. They get another positive, productive, positive play. They'll go in with a little bit of momentum. The coach is going to be letting them know that they can come back, that they can do it. They're not playing intimidated.
You know, you can't play this game intimidated, because if you go out there and play intimidated, you're going to injure yourself, and you're not even going to be mentally there to play the other team.
And Lincoln's just so workmanlike. They're just like a well-oiled machine. Well coached, prepared. They don't seem to be caught off guard by much of anything that Chiles has done.
A very veteran and seasoned team.
True. Last play, we'll probably throw this in the end zone. And he did what we thought he would do. He threw it in the end zone. I mean, it gave him a shot. It gave him a shot. It's now 28-14 as we prepare for the bands to come on. But that in itself ended up being an entertaining half of football.
Great first half.
Great first half. I agree with you. And we now have the Chiles Marching Band. Because he doesn't know if we're going to need. Well, here we go with about 2.5 minutes to go before the second half. Oh, okay. We're 2:24 before the second half here. Got a much better game than we thought we were going to have.
Oh, yes.
What's your thought on Chiles? What has surprised you that they've been able to do?
Well, what surprises me is that
or if any of it surprised you. It might not surprise you.
Well, the offense is more in sync from the first time that I saw them play. The defense, what's surprising me is that the defense right now, they're playing kind of lackadaisical. When I saw them play in week 1, they were more physical, more aggressive, more flying to the ball.
And that was against Godby, right? So it wasn't a caliber competition. They were playing a good team then.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you're saying their offense looks better now than it did earlier in the season?
Yes, sir.
What would you attribute that to?
Players getting in their playbook, watching film, trying to make each other better in the weight room and in the classroom as well. Because we can't do it. You can't do anything if you're not passing in class to be able to come out on the field every Friday and play.
Okay. Can they work their work in the weight room? Does it really make a difference after the school year's already started?
It does, and especially during the if you're fortunate enough to play during the colder months. A lot of players, what people don't know, a lot of football players, the hamstrings. That's where you get all your power and your strength. That's where you really need to work on each week. Your hamstrings, your core.
Is that one of the reasons that the student athletes pull hamstring muscles?
Yes, sir.
Lack of attention to them?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because it's easy. Well, a lot of the machines, what gets a lot of people is the leg, just the regular calf raises. Those are great machines to use, but they're really working quadriceps instead of hamstrings.
Okay. How long had you been lifting weights?
I started in 2007 with my brother.
Okay. And what was it about it that made you lift, working with your brother? He was younger or older?
He was older than me. He was a senior. He was going into his senior year. He graduated from high school in 2008, and I was in 7th grade, going to 7th grade at that time. And also, I was kind of chubby, so he was trying to help me lose weight because I did play all the other sports like he played, basketball, football, and I didn't begin officially running organized track and field until the 8th grade.
Okay. Could your brother play?
Yes, sir, he did play. He played defensive end. He also was a running back as well, so speed does run in the family.
Oh. So I assume what you're trying to say is that you have some degree of quickness and athletic ability.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're just trying to read between the lines here. We're just trying to read between the lines here.
But we all get it we get the speed gene from my dad who played at North Carolina A&T.
All right, Aggie.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so you know a little bit about the MEAC and black college sports.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did he end up going to A&T and you ended up going to FAMU?
We laugh about that all the time. He was in he played his high school ball at Northside in Warner Robins, Georgia. And from there, he went up to a little bit of New Jersey. And at that time, his biggest thing was during the early 70s, mid-70s, was to get out of the state of Georgia. He did. So his thing was, I came from Macon, Georgia, Route 3, Allen Road, dirt road. I got to go make something out of myself and help my family. And he's the middle, the seventh of 14 kids.
Wow. 7th of 14?
Yes, sir.
Y'all had one heck of a family reunion, don't you?
Yes, sir. I had one. We had one. Well, a mini one. A few weeks ago, my baby cousin Jalen Louder, he plays for Fort Valley State University, and he's a tight end, number 81. So they came down here, and when you see family, it's always love.
So did all of you go to HBCUs?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
Okay. Where else did your siblings go?
Well, Tiff started off at Tuskegee University. Tiffany
Okay.
started off at Tuskegee University, and she graduated from FAMU. And then my twin sister, well, my baby's twin sisters, they're currently still at FAMU. And my brother, he went to Florida State, but he's always over at FAMU.
Okay.
And he's looking to get into their graduate sports management program as well.
Okay. Okay. What does Lincoln have to do to maintain what they've done so far?
Play selflessness. Play for each other. Play Lincoln football. Play Lincoln football and protect the ball. Limit the errors and play fundamentally sound. Remember that what we did to them, they could do to us. So the score is really 0-0 coming out to start the second half.
That's what you heard often when you coach or when you play, rather, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we're getting ready to start this second half. And Chiles has a chance to come out, and I'm sure they've stressed getting off to a good start. That's important to them. Squib kick. Now, what necessitated him doing that? Did your kick returner back there scared him a little bit?
I believe he did. Because they know he has track speed.
I would agree with you then. Each time they've kicked off, I've anticipated that game-breaking return. And I think Quinn decided, I won't chance it. No, I won't chance it. And they're coming out. What do you do coming out now? You look to reestablish something, or are you trying something new?
Well, for Lincoln's side, I wouldn't, reestablish. Still work with what you were doing in the first half. Make the little few key adjustments. As for Chiles' side, you may want to try something new, but also what was working for you, continue to go at it.
That was not a good pass. That hasn't been a problem for him. He actually makes pretty good decisions, and that was just a simple toss that he missed badly. Receivers took everybody deep. They tried to go underneath. It's important for Chiles to get a sustained drive. Up top.
Indeed.
Somebody's worked with him on that back shoulder throw. When you look down the field, they're not open. He threw that and still almost made a back shoulder throw. This might be an interesting team to watch next year.
Yes, sir.
Got third down and 10. 2 incomplete passes. 13 seconds have moved off the clock. They have to at least eat the clock up.
It's a great job staying home by the defensive end. It's fundamental. Basic fundamentals of the game.
Having coached collegiately, played in the NFL, you would imagine that Quinn would be a fundamental coach, and he is.
Yes, sir.
Boy, they've actually moved 50 seconds off the clock. Ooh, a rush coming.
It's a block punt.
Absolutely just about the worst start Chiles could have. Lincoln gets the ball down on the 20 or the 19. That's a terrible start. They're going to have to dig in now and show something that they haven't been able to do earlier, which is stop the Lincoln offense.
Yes, sir.
You give Lincoln great field position, that's not a good thing for you to do. Spread them out and run it.
He made one cut and went upfield.
Wow. Wow.
Great job of reading his blocks.
The coaches from Lincoln are celebrating and giving each other 5 on the sideline. You cannot give Lincoln that kind of position.
They'll burn you all night, all day.
Right, and they just did, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Can't give the 2 touchdown lead was something that they could handle if they didn't let it get out of hand. They're on the verge of a blowout right now. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back for this kickoff. And we're back. Oh, Lincoln had to get one of their players off. They all want to play. They had 12 of them on the kickoff team. Chiles was not going to be able to return it that way. They'll probably kick it now, up 21. What'd you say about kicking to the track star? He got to that. He got to that wedge with a quickness, didn't he?
Indeed, and it's just his turnover. He catches the ball, receives it cleanly, and just goes upfield and gets what he can. And that's what is very important in the return game. You just got to take what you can.
Okay.
Don't always look for the seam. Just follow your blockers and trust them. Trust the guys on the field to do their job, and you do yours as well.
Yeah, he's dangerous as a return man. The whole stadium almost holds their breath. Can Green do something with him? Can he rally his troops?
Notice this Chiles is trying to get the run game established in the second half.
Well, I don't know. Because they came out with 3 passes in the first series. They're probably trying to establish something now. If they don't do anything else, they got to keep the ball out of Lincoln's hand. Because they have not shown the ability to even slow Lincoln down. Boy, Lincoln flying around now. One of the things I like about Lincoln was last time we had him on, after the game, we were doing an interview with Coach Gray, and he spoke so well and was so patient with our student staff. I've known Quinn for a while, but just his ability to answer questions and be patient was, oh, here we go.
That Green.
You know, he got to a certain point in the offense that he realized what he was going to be able to get from it, and he ran straight to the sideline. He wasn't trying to turn it up. He'd already turned it for about 15, 20-yard gain, and he intelligently ran straight to the sideline, and he has not stopped. I'm looking at him talk to his team. He's the leader of this team.
Oh, yes. Very high motor.
Yes, he's talking to him now. Drops it. Boy, they don't give him long to look around.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. He threw that one up for grabs. He was lucky that wasn't intercepted. But he tried to give his receiver a fighting chance.
That's what I like about Green. Green knows, look, I'm going to do my job, but I'm also going to give my receiving core a chance to make the play as well. I'm going to trust them the same way they trust me.
Well, you actually have two good, very good young quarterbacks. Both juniors, different styles.
Right.
They finally got him. They finally got him. They've been putting a lot of pressure on him. The receivers from Chiles are not running around wide open now. They're getting a lot of pressure. I'm sorry?
They're certainly not. They're very covered.
Yes, they are.
Excuse me.
Yes, they are. Third and 20. And that's going to cost Chiles 5 more yards. They're going the wrong way with a quickness. They almost have to get down here to the 46 for a first down. And we have a timeout now by Chiles. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Taking a break. We'll be back. And one of the things, most bands take a break third quarter. With the Chiles drum line, they're playing. Everybody else on the band is taking a break, but the drum line is over there still playing. Every band takes a break third quarter after the halftime show.
Yeah, Coach, you're certainly right. Green doesn't have that much time.
He really doesn't. He's running for his life on every play. That actually ended up being a pretty decent throw there. Last time was a misadventure in the punt game. Godby dialed up a play on their special teams. It looked like nobody was blocked.
Good trickeration by Chiles, special team unit.
Here they come again. He got that one off without take. Nice roll. Nice roll. They needed that. Down on the 38 now. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're good. Oh, is that a linebacker running him down?
He threaded the needle on that pass.
He sure did, but again, not good tackling. But was that looked like a linebacker who ran him down. Coach Gray is out there.
And that's a coach who cares about his players.
Yeah, he sprinted out there. Can we see who that is? INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll come back. Okay, that looks like number 11, Marco Scarico. He's coming off. He's walking off. That looks like that's always a good sign.
Yes, sir. It's always a good sign.
You got a 35-14, 21-point lead, 3 touchdowns. I think the last couple games we've been able to telecast, we always had a lot of problems between the long snapper and the holder. We haven't had those issues in today's game. 7 touchdowns, 7 extra points, kick success for the lead.
It's a good little fake by the running back. Great cutback and way to find the outside.
It sure was. Yeah, Lincoln's going on there. They're putting them to sleep now. And they're leaving them on the field. Or there's a flag. Did I hear somebody say flag down? And Marco's dad has left the stands, go down and check on his son. Much rather have dad come check on me than mom. Cause when mom came down, boy, the team never let you hear the end of it. That your mama came down to check on you, boy. Dads have a way of checking on you without embarrassing you. Mom, boy, you all right? What's the matter with my baby? Oh, Jesus, she didn't say that, did she? You know, when your mama called you, then like all you could do then is get real small.
Oh, yeah.
So they called that one back and never did see what the penalty was. The way they're scoring at will, they might score on the first play. Incomplete pass, 2nd down. Second down. Chris does a good job rolling out. If he doesn't see what he wants, he just takes off, tucks it under his arm, and keeps it moving.
That's very intelligent by Beard as well.
It's Kamari on this side, isn't he, in the lineup in the slot?
Yes, sir.
And, he put both arms up, Chris, like he didn't understand what happened, and his offensive coordinator was all over him. Quinn's out there on the field, too. And they're exchanging a few words in terms of where people are, where he's supposed to be looking.
he was telling him that he had number 84 right under, wide open.
It's on the side, it's showing second down. On the scoreboard, it's showing second down too. What is a flag then? If it's second down, it had to be a flag. Yeah, that's second and 29. Oh. Second and 29. Lincoln can still score from here.
Great dump pass. Beautiful cut by the running back.
And bad tackling.
You see it again. But he gets a little help from his offensive lineman.
You have to tackle. We've been saying that the whole broadcast. You have to tackle, especially these Lincoln receivers and running backs, because they're not going down easily. You have to take them down. Wrap them up and take them down.
Right.
Else they're gonna score again.
And it's a matter of also on the defensive side.
Another flag.
You're coming up to meet them and you're too high.
Another flag. Wow. Lincoln's up 3 touchdowns, still with all the flags against them. Our spotter told us that number 11 looks like he has a shoulder injury. We wish him a speedy recovery, but he's probably done for the day.
They're backing him up further and further.
Wow. Still second down. It was second and 29 a minute ago. It might be second and 40 now. No, that's not accurate. Oh, there it is. Second and 39. Quinn's asking him what's going on. At this rate, they'll be setting a record. Second and 39. That bubble screen. Not much. And we have our sideline reporters with the band director over there on the sideline.
We have Daniel Rossman, the band director of Lincoln High School Band. How are you doing tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, what motivates you and your band to keep on going despite the game?
Well, we were just talking about this earlier. We have an awesome student section over here. Great parents and you know, Lincoln folks that are in the audience really cheering loud. And of course, the football team on the field is doing well. They give us a lot to cheer for.
Thank you so much. And back to you in the booth.
Get back over here, yeah.
This crowd is certainly rowdy after all of these penalties.
And there was another penalty, and one of the players in the dead ball got involved, and they had to grab him and pull him out. Now Quinn and all that, they've had to pull Quinn away because they had to pull Quinn back. The assistant coaches grabbed Quinn, pulled him back. Now he's defending his team. He's defending his team now. He's got a 3rd down and 39. Coach is on the field again. And they've taken a timeout. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break and try and figure out what's going on. Quinn is all the way out at midfield. They're walking him back to the sideline. Somebody got to do some explaining. Now they've called the teams back on the field, and now walking over to Quinn to try to say something to him. And the assistant coach tried to intercede. And see, he stepped between Quinn. That's by design. That's not an accident. That's by design.
Right.
Now they're trying to explain himself until as he puts his hands on his chest, but he's still trying to get to Quinn to explain. I almost wish it was basketball where they would come over to the scorer's table or tell you something. But it's really confusing. And I know Quinn's frustrated because they've called, it looks like four, they've thrown 4 flags in a row.
On Lincoln, and he still hasn't been given an explanation.
You're right. And this has been an extremely long third quarter.
Right.
It's been an extremely long third quarter. Now they're telling them to start the clock. This could be a momentum changer for Chiles. He might not get touched.
A way to respond.
Look at the field there. We got something going on right there. Trying to grab the players and get them back. That's a little bit of that frustration there. Lincoln coaches are on the field, and they're trying to make sure that everybody on the sideline stays on the sideline. Quinn's gone out. He's at the first hash mark, getting his offensive line together and getting them back. And I'm trying to see the officials are huddling up again. And the flag is on. They called the flag on both.
Both penalties should offset.
And they did. And they did. Boy, this has been a long, ugly drive. Lincoln has responded to every challenge from Chiles and the officials. 4th down and 3 to go. That was almost a 30-yard play, 35-yard play, still didn't net a first down. They always go with your big package, your big pistol package at quarterback. And Lincoln takes a timeout. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week with a forever third quarter. We'll be back. When it's short yardage, they've been going with number 10, Sage Ennis at quarterback, who's a quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive end with the big quarterback package. Number 11, Barco, is on the side with a harness and with his arm ace. Okay, they move Sage from quarterback this time. In motion, there's Sage.
Beard. He does a great job of evading. Oh.
Wow.
Nearly intercepted.
Right. And still ended up hitting the receiver in the hands. I would have to say right now the Chiles dodged a tremendous cannon-sized bullet, because I think that would have been a knockout blow. Coach Quinn's on the field congratulating his players. Let's see. There was no flag on the play. This might be the first time we didn't see a flag in probably 6 possessions. 5 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. 3-touchdown deficit by Chiles. The question is, how will they respond? Knuckles on the turf.
You go with that same off tackle.
The difference is now Lincoln's responded. They made the defensive adjustment. Linebackers fill in the gap. And you see a lot more emotion from Lincoln's defense now as opposed to the first half. I think Quinn probably gave him a little, listen to me now. I think they got some listen to me now, and they are listening. Chiles has to get out of that hole, give their defense a chance on the exchange. But right now, they're playing with their back against the wall. And Lincoln defense is not giving them anything. They're coming up clapping and hitting each other after every play. We did not see this the first half. I think they were challenged.
Oh, yeah.
The listen to me now speech got to them. Look on the sideline now at Chiles players. Most of them, you got a lot of them on the bench over here. They're starting to get worn down. That defense is getting worn down. Green has to get him a couple first downs to get a rest. If he turns that, yeah, he thought he was going to be able to turn that corner.
A great job by the defensive end as well as the linebacker.
And the other part of it is you notice the difference is when Lincoln hits you, they tackle you.
Game tackle.
Yeah, first person's wrapping you up. Chiles isn't doing that. Their yard after contact for Lincoln is exceptionally high. It has to be triple digits. Because when they get that initial hit, they keep on going. Chiles is not tackling them. Hopefully that'll come with their maturity and growth, because it'll make a tremendous difference in their defense next year. They're going to have a rush on again. Another flag. This is almost like a first game of the season in terms of the officiating and the calls. Illegal procedure. And Chiles is upset with that call. Chiles is upset with that call. 3 or 4 of them immediately put their hands up in the air. They were pretty irate about that call. Lincoln is going to get great position. Oh, that's going to be about the 32.
That's great position for Lincoln coming up on this drive.
It really is. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to come back as they change from offense to defense, and Quinn Gray giving 5 to each one of his special team players as they come off the field. Yep. Chiles trots back out. I'm sorry, Lincoln trots back out. Chiles is standing there waiting. They really missed their standout defensive player from last year this at Florida State now.
Oh, yeah, Amari Gaynor.
He's been hurt so far his freshman year at Florida State, hasn't he?
Yes, sir. He had a foot injury at the beginning of the preseason going into camp. And that could just very well be the grind. Your body's still growing.
Yeah, he was a hoss. He got after it. Even on that play, Chiles got tremendous pressure. Chiles' quarterback just merely ducked under his arm. 159, 158 left, 35-14, 21-point lead. Man-to-man coverage. The deflection helped because otherwise he was getting ready to be gone. It was going to be a big-time touchdown. The biggest difference is Godby's quarterback just actually has more weapons, which is obvious to say, but he has more time to run his offensive pattern. And his receivers are coming wide open. He's ready to take off now. And that was a nice first man tackle. He tackled him, brought him down, didn't hit him.
Yes, sir. First game tackle that we've seen
pretty
much all night from Chiles.
From Chiles, right. And it's a 4th down. We haven't seen many punts by Lincoln. Well, I will hold that because we still haven't seen this punt yet. We don't quite know what Coach Gray has up his sleeve. He tried to sell that one as he fell down, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
He's still looking at the ref. Wow, that was a bad kick. That looks like they marked that over at the 30. 50 seconds left. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll come back. And we're back. I noticed that Coach Gray talks to them almost every time coming off the field, encouraging them, slapping them on the hand, and just kind of being a player's coach. But don't get it twisted. He's a no-nonsense individual.
And you know players respect that about their coach.
Doesn't hurt that you played in the NFL.
Not at all. Not at all. Because that's somebody that they can ask questions to about what's it like at the next level and be able to take a little bit of that knowledge that he imparts on them and try to apply it to their life and their game as well.
We're right at 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And it looks to me like Chiles is going to let this quarter end. They're in no hurry to line up. 17 seconds left, 15 seconds. I might be wrong. I was. That wouldn't be the first time. With nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Easy tackle to make, and the third quarter ends with Lincoln Trojans winning 35-14, up by 3 touchdowns, heading to the 4th and final stanza of this inner city district match. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back. And the band is alive. Cheerleaders alive. Lincoln Trojan fans, they kind of chilling. The band's a major part of high school football in the state of Florida.
Indeed.
And that was fourth down coming, big third down play that netted 0. You got some players over here on Lincoln Trojan side that standing near Coach Gray. They want him to see them. He's, Coach, it's time for me.
Yes, sir.
Coach, can I get in? You got some parents sitting getting on the edge of the seat in anticipation of seeing their son play. We got a flag. Surprise, surprise. Again, special shout out to the FAMU School of Journalism, the many graduates and participants that we have from the J School on this broadcast. That's pretty much all the way around. Shout out. Special thanks to the J School. They have a lot of pride in you and your students. No fair catch. Can he get to the bottom? Can he get to the bottom? Oh, that looked like a clip. Yeah. Yeah, it's
take
going
it to
back.
The house, but it's certainly coming back.
Yeah, it's certainly coming back. Well, Quinn Gray out there again. See, I think the fans are I wish we had our instant replay. I think the fans are fussing about, there were 2 hits. One of them was a jawbreaker, but there were 2 almost within 3 or 4 seconds of each other, and one of them was an obvious clip. One was an obvious clip, but the other one, why are they cheering? Yeah, one was an obvious clip. Oh, Quinn has snatched his hat off. Boy, he and the officials have been, this is like a basketball game, the way they're on the referees today. (35-14). I was going to say that lined up at the ball, but they hadn't marked it off. I know they had to realize the ball hadn't been moved yet. Now, don't they mark that off from the infraction?
Yes, sir.
But then, Jesus. What are they? We must have missed something because they just marked off 30 yards. They just marked off 30 yards. Now, what happened? And they didn't mark it off from where the infraction took place either. Can you hear what the announcer's saying? Wow. Confusion abounds. This has been a long time to play this quarter. The third quarter. Half. Yes. And we still have 11:39 to play. And in the last 35 minutes, we've probably had 3 minutes of football. And even moving Lincoln back like this, I don't think it's going to slow him down much. There you go, missed tackle.
There you go. He's fine. He's turning it up.
We said it wasn't going to take long. We said it wasn't going to take long. We said it wasn't going to take long. We said it wasn't going to take long.
Yes,
and they're over here at Lincoln's bench. The officials are over here at Lincoln's bench saying something to the officials, to the coaches. And whatever it was, Quinn came over and said something to his coach. Oh, that was about 75 yards. They got that corrected with a quickness. I think the officials and the way the game has been called the last 5 to 10 minutes has awakened a sleeping giant with Lincoln. Now they have a point to prove. Oh yeah, he just broke 3 arm tackles in. All 3 of them laying on the ground. And there's a penalty on Lincoln. All the coaches are upset. All the coaches are upset. They called a chop block. A block below the knees. Wow. You have 2 officials standing over here on the other side. They just kind of looked at each other like, did you see that? Now they're trying to explain it to the offensive line. Wow. Wow. When I saw the referees come over on that long run and was saying something to the coaching staff of Lincoln, I just thought that wasn't going to be a good sign. Man. One in motion, pulls it back, throws it over the top.
Beard has one on
just slightly underthrown.
That's a great way to come back.
It was. It was. Quinn dialing up the knockout punch.
No doubt. No doubt. Especially after this 3rd quarter.
We don't have long for you to be with us on FAMU 20, even though we appreciate you being here. It's almost that time for you, but you can go to our INSiiGHTS YouTube and pick up the rest of it. INSiiGHTS. 2 eyes in the middle for INSiiGHTS. We appreciate you. Drops back. Screen pass. That's been a successful play for him.
Really
go ahead and
Never
say it. See? He was smart enough to know that his butt hadn't hit the ground, was on a defensive player from Chiles and got up and kept going. Third down, goal to go. I doubt if Quinn kicks a field goal here. Time in the pocket. Wham.
Yes. Great job of stepping up in that pocket.
And another flag. You got another flag. Quinn is having a fit. Can you get the head coach there? Quinn is having a fit. Quinn had a fit. Quinn had a fit. His assistant coach is trying to step between him and the referees. Quinn had a fit.
And this is unacceptable by the referees.
Quinn had a fit. The last 2 times that we should have been keeping the stat, but I guarantee you Lincoln has had 6 offensive penalties called on them the last 2 times they've had the ball.
And I've noticed this always when Lincoln is in the red zone, getting ready to score.
And see, for people who haven't really been in that position, I'm probably going to put my foot in my mouth. Having been an old coach, once the referees decide that they're going to take something out on you, they go at you.
Right.
And they can call a lot. A lot. You can act, and they just threw another flag. They just threw another flag on Lincoln. Do we have that? They just did another flag on Lincoln right there. And Quinn
Tossed him out again.
did they toss him out?
It looks like.
See. That's his athletic director there.
This game you'll definitely hear about it at the league official's office.
Yeah, this is between Quinn. Y'all need to be down there. Yeah, we just dispatched our sideline reporters. Our student sideline reporters sitting here chilling, watching the game. I need them to get down there and find out what's going on. They actually are physically holding Quinn now. His team will fight for this coach who's now fighting for them, literally.
Oh, yes.
They've called security now. Do you have that? Yeah, they've sent for security. Yeah, they ejected Quinn.
And that's unacceptable by the referees. You're taking away from the purity of the game by trying to penalize the coach.
Oh. And they're walking him off the field. The AD is with him. Tell me, they're walking him off the field. We may have lost or getting ready to lose our audience on FAMU 20. Please go to INSiiGHTS, our YouTube, because this is getting ready. Lincoln High is getting ready to fight for their coach. They're getting ready to fight for their coach. Their whole bench has come alive over here. Their whole bench. That's the athletic director, a couple of the assistant coaches walking down with him. This is fourth down, third down and 63.
That's unacceptable.
And 63 this is third and goal. If they score now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see something like you've never seen before. I had to look because I almost thought that was a face mask. And I like that fanfare right there. They had to escort Coach Quinn Gray off the field. Boy, I've been following sports a long time. I don't think I've ever seen that. Fourth and 63. And another flag. And another flag. Oh, and another flag. And another flag. Where's the athletic director now? This is another flag. See, and at the end of the day, they will speak on the fact that they perceive Lincoln as being undisciplined. I know how this goes. They call a lot of you could throw a flag on every play. You could throw a flag on every play. I remember one year we lost a conference championship. Me and Florida A&M University women's basketball, New South Women's Athletic Conference, only HBCU in the league. We won the conference the first year. The second year we played in the championship game at Georgia Southern. They didn't take the lead till we had 3 players on the floor.
Wow.
They shot over 60 free throws to our 8. And I remember President Walter Smith came down in the stands. How long is this flag? What? How long is this penalty? They marked off 10, 20, 35 yards. Oh my goodness. This is taken away from the players so badly for this to be called like this. It'd be different if and we must be missing it. If they were playing and they were delivering cheap shots or playing in a manner that might hurt them. See, this turns it turns into a whole different type of game. The stands is more involved in the game now than they've been the whole time it's been played.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it was heavy security after this game.
You know, that might be something to watch to see if we see additional cars, deputy sheriffs or anything come. I was missing Jeff Walker, and I'm glad now that he wasn't here because we'd have been showing that over and over to you. This play hadn't worked all game. Oh, almost that's the deepest I've seen him throw the ball. He threw that 60 yards in the air.
Great effort by Green, but he just couldn't connect with his receiver.
Well, it didn't fool Godby.
Oh,
they're well coached. Their corners were with them step for step. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, INSiiGHTS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like us, subscribe to us on YouTube. So when our games and events come on to the live stream for you, that you can come on and see them, that you don't miss them. It's Florida football at its finest in the hotbed here in Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you for all those listeners from out of town, viewers from out of the state. We appreciate you. Looks like a first down. I think we've been three plays now without a flag. And special shout out to the college coaches. We appreciate the coaches and the recruiters. We want us to be a source of information for you to see the talent in the greater Tallahassee and South Georgia area. Recruit them. There's talent in this area. This is Florida. Florida, Texas, California, 1, 2, 3. Take your pick. Nice stiff arm.
He just took what he could get and just took what he could get and got upfield.
Okay, on our sideline right here, we have the sideline reporter.
I was speaking with a representative from the Lincoln sideline. They were telling me that they didn't even receive an official explanation from the referees as to why Coach Quinn was ejected. Everything's fine on the sidelines here, though. Obviously, the game's well in hand. Energy's still high, but it's still a lot of tension towards the referees for obvious reasons. Back to you guys back up in the booth.
Wow, he said they didn't get an explanation. Wow. Oh, but they're gonna have to write they're gonna have to do an explanation to the FHSAA. There'll be a written report on it. You got 7 minutes, 7:05, 7:03 left in the game. You got 35-14. And that was Chris. He gave us that sideline report between him and Vicky's two students in the School of Journalism. Just trying to help give them some experience to allow them to be able to follow their career and their dream. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're going to take a break. Yeah. Boy. And the officials, actually, that third quarter took almost 30 minutes to play all the flags.
Right.
When they start calling like that, it almost seems like it's personal.
And it takes out the purity of the game, and it takes away from the players' athletic ability to see what they could do in that third quarter. It's a momentum changer.
Now, there very well could be some things going on the field that we're not aware of, and we know the object is to keep the game under control. And we just didn't see it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, but we didn't see it. Chiles has responded with one of their better sustained drives of the game. And Chiles scores, and I would imagine, just looking at the numbers, that some of these young men from Lincoln that hadn't played a lot in the game today, that are getting a chance to play some. Touchdown by Chiles, nonetheless, that takes it to 35 to 20.
Green found the seam.
He did.
Got in the end zone.
We have some young quarterbacks that are actually pretty good in the city. I mean, Trey Fisher, this young man here, and we got two at Florida High. College coaches, you need to find your way to Tallahassee. If you need a quarterback, we have various types of quarterbacks in the city that are juniors, sophomores. You need to find your way over if you need one for your program. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week with a score of 35-21, 5:58 left. We'll be right back for this kickoff. And we're lining up for the kickoff. In anticipation of the squib kick, we have 10 Lincoln players here between the 50 and the 45. Ooh. A little extracurricular activity going on. And the penalty has to. Okay, I'm going to be quiet and let the officials call it. So they're doing a re-kick. What is the call then? The officials from Lincoln back at the coaches from Lincoln back on the field.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they went with an onside kick.
But what was the penalty then for a re-kick?
I didn't catch it. I want to know, did they?
Okay, they backed it up 5 yards. Did they spot it wrong?
I believe it could have been.
Chiles coaches on the field over there on the far side. I just thought that was part of a trick play to run over to the sideline and kick it. 5:57 left. What a change in this game if this onside kick is successful. Little pooch kick. Fumbled.
Uh-oh.
Fumbled. All right, where the ball is going to be marked doesn't really matter much to Lincoln because they've shown the ability to score from anywhere on the field.
Right.
So that doesn't really matter. It was a good effort, though. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And we're back. Well, they spent a lot of time on on Chiles' side with the coaches. Now they're walking down the sideline with another one. Are they going to start the game? Or I think that's the AD. Whoa.
Oh, he almost broke that.
Godby has been one man away from breaking about 4 long touchdowns. Who's at quarterback now?
It's still Beard.
Well, we got another timeout. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back. Should be a good Saturday for football. Go to Crawfordville Limits, get your wings. The Chiles coaches have to be proud of the effort of their team that has fought back in the face.
It could have very well folded and laid down right at the half.
And on the other side of the coin, Quinn Gray is going to preach to them about how you have to keep your pedal to the metal, and it'll be easier to build a us against the world mentality that everybody's against us. Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Still on his feet.
Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Finally brought down, looks like, at the 45 of the Timberwolves.
Five minutes. It's going to be a long 5 minutes. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Next week, boy, we go to Brooks County. Brooks County and Thomasville's last year's most popular game. Former kicker from Florida A&M University, Maurice Freeman, known as Foot. It's a revenge game. Nice move.
It wasn't much on the play, but he took what he could get, trusting his offensive lineman. It's a great job of getting upfield.
And having quick feet.
All right. And right now, if you're Lincoln, you got to think, look, we just need to finish the game, take care of the ball, and get these first downs and keep the clock running.
You're right. You're right. Good rebound game for Lincoln, who had it handed to him last week in Valdosta, Georgia. Some serious football in Georgia.
Yes, sir.
They got that stadium over there that's a bowl. It circles the whole stadium. They don't play over there. A lot of the Chiles fans left. There's a student section that was over here to our right that's gone. Had to get that pizza. He waited to the last possible minute to decide if he was going to hand that ball off or keep it. Another flag. I don't think the referees want this game to end.
Certainly, it's like they don't want to go home.
That's what it seems like. This has been a long game. And it's against Chiles. As a former head basketball coach for the men and the women at Florida A&M University, I was raised a coach's son. My dad always said, look first in the box score to see how many fouls and foul shots were taken and where the game was held, and you'll know if somebody got homered or not. But he said towards the end of the game, once the game is decided, the referees know that too, and they start trying to call crazy stuff to balance it up so it won't look as bad when people look at the box score.
I think we have the dagger right there.
That was individual effort. That was individual effort. And I was saying that story to say, now they're starting to call some fouls, throw the flags the other way. Not call fouls, but throw the flags the other way. Because they know it's going to be looked at the end of the day. It's in the box score. Number fouls called and number yards. It's in there.
Certainly is. That was Matthews on that last touchdown. Great effort by him.
But they ruled him out. He didn't get a touchdown.
Oh, he didn't get it?
That's why the Lincoln parents and supporters turned around him. Because it looked like it from here, but it's on the far side of the field. You got Lincoln and Godby coming up. Got a few weeks, but we're going to build up Lincoln and Godby. We're going to need everybody to see the battle of the city. That's the one to see. A lot of talk being already, smack talk going around everywhere for that one already. Lincoln one time was a premier football program in the area. And it's returning to prominence.
Mr. Beard gets in the end zone. That was a 2-yard scamper for the touchdown.
41-21, 1:59 left. Beard was the kind of quarterback years ago that didn't get many offers. One was named Tracy Ham, went to Georgia Southern, led them to national championship. Doesn't fit the prototype for your quarterback, 6'2", 6'3". But he's a winner. He's a winner. He gets it done. He's a winner. Right. 41-21, 1:59 left on everybody's time. We'll be back for what should be the final kickoff. Yes. got 1:59 left, 42-21. Kickoff coming. Come on, give me one, Chiles. Oh. And this one coming to a close. Coming up on our schedule, we're in Brooks County. Boy, Brooks County and Thomasville last year, they were running 6 deep outside the fence. They were sold out, crowd in there before the game. An hour before the game, all the seats were gone. We got North Florida Christian, FAMU DRS on the schedule. Ooh, that was a late hit. Wow. Wow, that was a late hit to the head.
Oh, yes.
Referee standing there that time looking. I guess now they decide they want to go home.
That's very unsafe.
Yes.
For the player's safety.
Yes.
As well.
Incomplete, 124 left. Now we need this game to close out in a professional manner. And nothing to happen during the handshake.
Yes.
Boy, I've seen a melee breakout in a college game and a handshake at the end of the game. Wow, hey, he split them. Green.
Still on his feet.
Still on his feet.
He's a fighter now.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter. He did that one on his own. But I'm surprised at his athleticism. He split them, and they couldn't catch him. They couldn't catch him. This is something you build on as a staff.
Right.
Around your quarterback who won't quit.
Had a little bit of a false start. It wasn't called.
No. You're right. This is where you gain the respect of your team. He could go in the locker room and say whatever he wants to say to people because he didn't quit. Mm-hmm. And he played to the final buzzer and was productive. You have to listen to a quarterback like that.
Right.
He down 3 touchdowns. It's inside a minute to go, and he breaks off a 60, 65-yard run. You have to listen to him. Out of every voice that goes in that locker room and has something to say, his voice will be heard.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom here. One-on-one. Wide side of the field. Fumbled the ball. Fumbled the ball.
Looks like Lincoln recovered.
Fumbled the ball. Fumbled the ball there. And that's kind of been the story for Chiles. After a great effort, I mean, we've seen a lot of plays. They've gone up and down the field or would be in the process of doing something and just had that breakdown. 35 seconds left. (42-21), 36 seconds. There will be some press coverage concerning this game. The game that everybody was going to see was in McCullough with Godby and McCullough.
Coach Fuller has done a fantastic job with that program the last 2 years.
He has. He has. I think that's probably the last play of the game. They're not going to shake hands. They're not going to shake hands. Lincoln's coach is telling them to go to the end of the field. They're not going to shake hands.
And it's for safety of the players.
Some of the Chiles players are trying to walk towards them and shake hands. The coach